Hello everyone, I am Shivaraman from 3rd year CSEC. Now we are going to talk about the topic support vector mission. First content of this topics are introduction of SVM, types of SVM, linear separable data, non-linearly separable data, multi-class SVM, advantages and disadvantages of SVM and application of SVM. Now, support vector machine is a powerful supervised algorithm that works best on the smaller dataset but on the complex one. Support vector machine, abbreviated as SVM, and can be used for both regression and classification tasks, but generally they work in best in classification problems. The goals of the SVM algorithm is to create the best line or decision boundary that can regenerate n-dimensional space into classes so that we can easily put the new data point in the correct category in the future. This best decision boundary is called hyperplane. Types of support vector machine: linear SVM and non-linear SVM. First, linear SVM is used for linearly separable data, which means if a dataset can be classified into two classes by using a single straight line, then such data is termed as linearly separable data, and the classifier is called as linear SVM classifier. Now, non-linear SVM. Non-linear SVM is used for non-linearly separated data, which means if a dataset cannot be classified by using a straight line, then such data is termed as non-linear data. And linearly separable data. Two set of data points in a two-dimensional spaces are said to be linearly separable data when they can be completely separable by a single straight line. In general, two groups of data points are separable in n-dimensional spaces. If they can be separated by an n-1 dimensional hyperplane, then it can be told as classification in GIS using the support vector machine, and that it can be classified. Non-linearly separable data. If you can draw a line or hyperplane that can separate those points into two classes, then the data set is separable. If not, then it may be separated by a hyperplane in higher dimensional. Still, if any of the hyperplanes could not be separated, then the data is termed as non-linearly separable data. Multi-class support vector machine. The idea is to map the data points to the high dimensional space to gain mutual linear separation between every two classes. This is called a one-to-one approach, which breaks down a multi-class problem into multiple binary classification problems. A binary classifier for each pair of the classes. Another approaches one can use is one-to-rest. In that approach, the breakdown is set to a binary classifier for each class. Advantages of SVM. SVM works relatively well when there is a clear margin of separation between classes. SVM is more effective in high dimensional spaces. SVM is effective in cases where the number of dimensions is greater than the number of samples. And support vector machine is relatively memory efficient. Disadvantages of SVM. SVM algorithm is not suitable for a large set of data. SVM does not perform very well when the data has more noise, that is, the target classes are overlapping. In cases where the number of features for each data point exceeds the number of training data samples, the SVM will underperform. So, application of support vector machine: handwriting recognition, institution detection, face detection, email classification, and gene classification. This is the application of support vector machine. Thank you.